Hi students, good day to all. Welcome to SAS Accountancy. In this class, let's see the specimen of cost sheet with inventories. In my previous class, we saw the cost sheet a specimen only. This is with the inventories. So what is the meaning of inventories? So that is stock. Stock level means that is the balance in hand, the stock balance in the hand. In the company, they are producing goods from raw material. Already we saw. So the stock may be as raw material, and then if it is semi-finished goods, it is work in progress. It is called work in progress. And if it is finished goods, it is finished goods. The stock may be finished goods. So listen, the stock means that is the goods and product balance. Okay, so it may be raw material. So raw material is the basic material for producing product. Then work in progress. So work in progress is that is semi-finished goods. Half of the goods is produced and it is waiting for the final product. And third stock is finished goods. So it is completed product, but it is the product which is not sold. So that is the balance stock. So raw material balance is the raw material which is not used for the production process. Work in progress or semi-finished goods balance is, it is half of the product is completed, but it is not finished goods. So it is waiting to complete. And third one is finished goods which is not sold out. Okay, this is the stock. So as we see in my previous video, the specimen is classified into 3 columns. First one is particular column, and second one is rupees column, and third one is also rupees column. This is inner amount column, this is outer amount column. So in the previous class, we are using raw material, direct raw material, and then direct wages, and then direct expenses. The aggregate of 3 is called as prime cost. But in this specimen, that is with the inventories, so that is we have to adjust the stock. We have to adjust the stock of raw material, adjust the stock of work in progress, and adjust the stock of finished goods. So what is the procedure have to be used for adjusting the stock? So first one, opening stock of raw material. So every stock is divided into opening stock and closing stock. Same as opening stock of work in progress, closing stock of work in progress. Same opening stock of finished goods and closing stock of finished goods. So what is the difference? So opening stock is, that is the balance of the previous year. So balance of raw material in previous year, that is opening stock. Closing stock is balance of current year. So according to the procedure, we have to add the opening stock and deduct the closing stock always, because this is not used in the current year. But this is taken, opening stock is taken in the current year, that is previous year balance. Previous year closing balance is considered as current year opening balance. Okay. So opening stock of raw material is first mentioned, and inner amount column we have to mention the amount. Then add the purchase of raw material. Then the expenses made for purchase. So we have to add the both raw material purchase in current year and the expenses made for purchase of raw material. So we have to add the current year raw material with the opening stock and less the closing stock of raw material. So this is direct material consumed. So actually current year what is the direct material consumed is, it is mentioned here. So add the opening stock, otherwise opening stock plus purchase of raw material and deduct the closing stock. Then we find the direct material consumed. This was taken in the previous class as direct material, because in the problem they are giving directly the direct material, but in this with the inventories problem we had to adjust these all. And next, with the raw material consumption we have to add the direct wages and direct expenses as usual. So that is the aggregate of these three is called prime cost. These three together, that is prime cost. Next, we have to add the prime cost with the factory overhead. Factory overhead is, that is the aggregate of factory expenses. In the cost sheet specimen, it is each and every expenses which comes under the factory overhead is given. But in this specimen, this is the inventories, so it is given as whole. Factory overhead is the whole expenses of factory. Then here we have to adjust the stock of work in progress. So that is opening stock have to be add with the factory overhead and closing stock of work in progress have to be deduct from the factory cost. So finally we have found the factory cost. Okay. Then the next procedure is have to be add the office overhead with the factory cost. That is, the answer is cost of production. This is the total cost for production process. Then here we have to adjust the finished goods stock. The opening have to be add and closing stock of finished goods have to be less from the cost of production. Finally, cost of goods sold, that is after adjusting this opening and closing stock of finished goods, finally we found the cost of goods sold. At last, selling and distribution overhead have to be added with the cost of goods sold. So that is the final answer is cost of sales. In the previous video we find the cost of sales directly, but here we have to adjust the stock. So in between we found the cost of goods sold and then we found the cost of sales. So sales, if the sales given in the problem, we have to write here and find the profit by deducting cost of sales from sales. Okay, cost of sales is that is total expenses for the production to sales, and sales is that is a sales value. So it is the cost of sales is deduct from the sales and find the profit. Okay, got it? Okay, students. In the coming video, we will see the practical problem of cost sheet. Okay. Recommend my videos to your friends. Thank you.
Viewers, share, comment, like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.